Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Story, and I'm the Vice President for Admissions, Marketing, and Communications here at TLU. On behalf of the TLU admissions team that you've been working with all year, I'm very, very excited to welcome you to Bulldog Basics. We really wish we could see your faces, but as we prepare to open our campus in August, our primary goal remains the health and safety of our students, our faculty, our staff, and our visitors. And that's why we made the very difficult decision to make this a virtual event for the first time ever. It would be an understatement to say this is an unusual time in our lives, but we fully carry out our mission to educate our students and at the same time provide an outstanding on-campus experience for all of you in the fall, despite the restrictions that will be put on campuses all over the country because of COVID. I'd like to start today by acknowledging the hard work and dedication of our financial aid, student life, registration and records teams that have really made today possible. In addition to working with you guys throughout the enrollment process and planning a virtual event today, they are also working very hard on our various work teams to make sure that the camp is ready and safe for all of you in August. I'm very happy to have some of my colleagues join me here today. 3 of them currently serve with me on our COVID planning and response team, and they are able and available later in our session to answer questions that we know you may have. Our COVID planning and response team is made up of faculty, staff, and administrators, and we have been meeting every single day since early March. And our goal is to prepare the campus for your safe arrival. And we will continue to on a regular basis all throughout the fall semester and probably into the spring as well. But let me go ahead and introduce our 4 panelists that are here that hopefully you can see on your screen. First is Dr. Sarah Ferguson. Dr. Ferguson can wave, okay. She is appointed President for Academic Affairs, and she is actually joining us today from Minnesota. She will be moving to Texas later this month, so please don't let her know how hot it is down here. Don't look at your weather. Dr. Ferguson has been chairing the academic work team, and she will be talking to you all today about our options for the fall that were announced yesterday and are currently on our website. Next, we have Christy Quiros. Christy Quiros is our Vice President and Dean of Student Life and Learning, and she's been leading the Health Services work team for our COVID planning in addition to all of her student life responsibilities. She is leading an initiative that will include a new Director of Health Services on our campus in the fall, as well as the health and safety protocols for the students who will be living on campus. Next, I want to introduce Kyle Witch. Kyle is our Associate Dean for Student Life and Learning, and Samira Lopez, our Director of First Year and Campus Programs. Kyle is the chair of our Student Activities and Events work team, as well as his many responsibilities over residence life, dining services, health and counseling services, ADA, and student activities. Sam will be talking to you all about the first year experience and orientation, and she has spent quite a bit of work over the past several weeks planning a virtual orientation program for you all, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. But to go over our agenda for today, we have a mix of some video presentations that we've recorded for you, and then our live session with Sam and Kyle. And then at the very end, about 3:45, we will have Dr. Ferguson talk about the plans for our fall classes. And then we're going to open it up to Q&A. So we want to hear from you. So what was just in the chat box, enter your question, and I will be looking at the questions with my colleagues, Mandy Singletary, and Melanie Terrio, who have done this entire event, them for all their work on this event, but they will be me with the questions and making sure that I get them out there to the right person who can answer them. But before we start, I want you all to know that please take notes if you want to take notes, because we're going to go through quite a few things that are to-do items. But all of this information is posted on our site. So if you go to tlu.edu and you go to the main admissions and aid landing page, so it's tlu.edu/admissions-aid. At the very bottom of that page, there are links to resources for incoming and admitted students. And there's a link that says Bulldog Basics 2020. So all the videos, everything I'll be showing you here today are posted on that page. So if you miss something, you can go back and refer to it later. It's all there for you. And with links to the My TLU pages that you may have to do different things on. So don't worry if it seems to go a little fast. We have something you can refer to. So do not worry about that at all. But in our session, I am pleased to present a message from our president, President Dr. Cottrell. Dr. Cottrell was our Vice President for Academic Affairs since 2012. In July of 2019, she was appointed president, 16th president of TLU, and she is the second only female in our 129-year history. She has a wide range of experiences as a professor, an author, and an academic administrator. She is a native Texan, and she holds a in secondary education from Baylor University and a master's degree and PhD in history from the University of Texas at Austin. Now let's hear from our president, Dr. Debbie Cottrell.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bulldog Basics. I'm Debbie Cottrell and I'm honored to serve as the 16th president of Texas Lutheran University. I'm so happy to bring you a warm welcome this way this afternoon, even though I'm very sorry that we're not able to do this in person. To our new TLU Bulldogs, I want to say that we're so pleased that you will be joining us this fall as part of a large and energetic class of more than 400 incoming students. And to parents and family members, I want to say that we're so happy that you're helping and supporting your student as they make this important transition to college and to TLU and becoming part of our community. We recognize that today is an important day for making all of that more of a reality. We also recognize that you've just come through a very unusual spring and that we're all still working through a lot of pandemic-related issues. I want to assure all of you today that we stand ready to help you begin your college career in a safe way, mindful of giving you the best experience possible right now. We've been busy working on new safety protocols, and you'll be hearing more about those ahead of the beginning of classes in August. Now, in addition to your physical safety, I want you to know as you undertake this college journey that you can do that having full confidence that we undertake it with you, wonderfully aware of all the possibilities that are ahead for you. We know that you've got some fabulous classroom experiences ahead, some amazing professors to work with, some puzzling but important questions to sort through, some challenges of mind and of spirit, some classmates to collaborate with, to argue with, and to learn from. You're going to be pushed, you're going to be encouraged, and you will have demands made of you. But you can always know that we believe equally in your potential and in our ability to bring out the best in you. And even in this unusual time of many challenges, I would say to you today that you're coming to TLU at a very good time. We're growing and we're building and we're reaching into new areas of learning. We continue to see great success with our nursing program, and we've just begun a master's program in education. This year, we will welcome new faculty in music, theology, and education. We have a thriving Center for Teaching and Learning that ensures that our faculty are able to grow and develop their pedagogical skills. And we also have a thriving Center for Servant Leadership that ensures that we connect our students to opportunities to serve in the broader community within the context of their college experience. And when you're on campus, you'll also be able to enjoy buildings such as our beautiful Weston Center for the Performing Arts, with studio theater, music, and a central auditorium where we enjoy world-class speakers and events. We come into this year also very excited about a strong showing by our athletics teams in the past year, even as seasons had to end prematurely. We are the defending national champions in Division III women's softball, and all of our teams are strong and competitive. We appreciate the important role that student athletes have on our campus, and we look forward to the presence and contributions of all of them in the year ahead. Athletics and numerous other extracurricular activities are an important part of our campus, reinforcing the learning that is done in our classrooms. In the midst of our growth and activities, you will find that you've also come to TLU at a time when our heritage as a small, faith-based campus is intact, with a firm commitment to the liberal arts and to doing all we can to help you find your vocation in this world. We are a diverse and inclusive campus with a place for each of you to grow and to thrive. So, we are ready to welcome you. Please accept my warmest welcome as you join the Bulldog family, and know that I look forward to seeing you in person soon. Thank you so much.
All right. Next, I want to introduce you to our registrar, Glenn Yockey. Glenn and his team in registration and records are located in the first floor of the Beck Administration Building, exactly across from the admissions office. Glenn's team handles transfer credit, transcript evaluations, enrollment verifications, course registration, schedule changes, and VA benefits. Today, he's going to talk to you about 3 tasks he needs you to do before move in and start classes. So please listen carefully to Glenn Yockey, our registrar.
Hello, my name is Glenn. I'm the registrar here at TLU. I'm excited that you've chosen to come to TLU in the fall. I think you've made a great decision. You're going to love the people you meet here and the experiences you get, so welcome. You'll actually be working with the registrar's office a lot while you're here at TLU. So we'll be articulating any transfer credit that you have coming in and sending out transcripts on your behalf when needed. We'll also be able to prepare enrollment verifications. If you have a scholarship that you need or your insurance needs an enrollment verification, we'll provide those for you. And we'll also help you along the way through the registration process each semester and schedule changes that you're making. And then we're also the VA certifying office on campus if you have those benefits. But for now, I know you have a lot to do to get ready for the start of school, and I don't want to add too much to your to-do list, but I do have 3 things that I need you to accomplish. First thing is I need you to make a TLU ID. You're going to take a picture and upload it for us. So what you'll do is go to My TLU, click on your user icon in the upper right-hand corner. Then you'll get a My Profile and Settings options and a My Photo Replace Photo. And that's where you'll upload your photo for your ID picture. So I want you to take a selfie against a gray or brown background, no hats, no glasses, big smile, and we'll use that photo to make your TLU ID. So in addition to your photo, the second thing I need you to do is establish your FERPA permissions. You'll also do that on the My TLU page, Student tab. You'll see a big FERPA permissions options there. And what you'll do is, because your information is protected by law and it's private, if you want us to share any information about your academics or financial information with anyone else, you'll need to set those FERPA permissions so that we can speak with those people. So again, done on your student tab through My TLU, and you have really all summer to get that done, but it'd be best if you could get it done before school starts so we can have those important conversations on your behalf with the people you identify. And the last thing I need you to do is to get checked in for the fall semester. This is something you'll do every semester, but for your first semester, on Wednesday, August 19th and Thursday, August 20th, you'll check in online. By then, hopefully you will have worked all the way through your admissions checklist, cleared any holds that you have, and are ready to move in. And if you'll get checked in online on those 2 days, August 19th and 20th, The move-in process for you will go very smoothly. You won't have any problems and you'll get moved right in. So make that photo ID, set those FERPA permissions, and get checked in on August 19th and 20th, and you'll be good with the registrar's office. Also, as an optional last step, if you're going to be bringing a vehicle to campus, you'll want to make sure you complete a parking permit. So to do that, you'll complete a form found on My TLU under the Student Life tab. Complete that information, it'll be sent to TLU, and we'll have a parking permit ready for you when you come to campus. So again, welcome to TLU. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and I look forward to having you back on campus in August.
Next, we're going to hear from our Director of Financial Aid, Erica Miller, and I'm sure a lot of you already know Erica. She works with students to help them complete their FAFSAs, understand their financial aid awards, loans, and even find employment on campus through federal work study. Today, Erica is going to talk to you all about the final financial aid documents that some of you still need to submit and complete. Student employment, something that is called satisfactory academic progress, and that is extremely important to maintain so you can keep your scholarship and your financial aid, so please pay attention to that. She's also going to talk about your tuition bill and payment options. So let's hear from Erica.
Hello, my name is Erica Miller, and I am the Director of Financial Aid for Texas Lutheran University. We are excited to have you join the Bulldog family this fall and want to help you make a smooth transition into college life. In order to ensure a smooth check-in and move-in process at the start of the semester, it's important that you complete all required financial documents as early as possible over the summer. The status of these documents may be viewed on My TLU by clicking the Admissions or Student tab and then Financial Aid information. Navigate to the Document Tracking section to view all items and their status. By now, you've most likely received and reviewed your financial aid offer letter and net cost summary sheet. If you still have any questions regarding this information, please reach out to Student Financial Services for assistance. In addition to the aid available that directly applies as payment to your student account, such as scholarships, grants, and loans, you may also want to consider applying for student employment opportunities that help you not only earn more money, but also gain valuable experience to add to your classroom education. Available positions may be viewed on My TLU by clicking TLU Info and then the Student Employment tab. Students must be eligible for federal work study in order to apply for any off-campus community service opportunities. We also want to remind students that in order to maintain eligibility for aid during all years of attendance, you must be sure to complete the FAFSA each year, beginning October 1st, and also maintain satisfactory academic progress, or SAP. Good standing for TLU scholarships and federal aid is a minimum 2.0 cumulative GPA and completion of at least 75% of the credit hours attempted. If you're receiving the state-funded tuition equalization grant, you must maintain a minimum 2.5 cumulative GPA, completion of at least 75% of attempted credit hours, and earn a minimum of 24 credit hours per academic year. Fall billing statements should be available for students by mid-July. If choosing the installment plan option, the first payment will be 40% of the total balance owed. The account will then be assessed a $50 installment plan fee. The remaining balance will be divided into 3 equal payments due the 15th of September, October, and November. We encourage these payments be submitted electronically via My TLU for the most secure processing, but payments may also be processed in person via the cashier window in Student Financial Services or by mail, but please check our money order only. Most third-party payments, including veteran education benefits, tuition savings plans, and outside scholarships, will be sent directly to TLU from the agency providing payment and will be applied to the student account balance. If a student account has an expected credit balance or refund from financial aid resources, some or all of that credit balance may be transferred to Bulldog Bucks to be used at the TLU bookstore. Credit refunds from financial aid will not be made available to students until the first Friday after the census date or the 12th class day. For the fall semester, this will be September 18th. If you have any questions related to your financial aid or student accounts, please don't hesitate to contact our office by phone at 830-372-8010 or by email at studentfinancialservices@tlu.edu. We look forward to seeing you in the fall.
All right. And I did just post for you guys the website address where all of this content those are. So it's in the chat if you need to refer to it, put it in there. Next, we have Elliot Powell. Elliot is on our admissions team, and he is our Director of Transfer and Graduate Admissions. He's going to go over some of the final enrollment checklist items that still need to be completed by some students. Most importantly, the meningitis record has to be completed before students can move in on August 21st. And then we will also need your final high school transcript, or if you're a transfer student, transcripts from any college that you've attended. So let's listen to Elliot and check out his checklist.
Hello, incoming Bulldogs. My name is Elliot Powell, and I am an admissions representative here at TLU. I want to first say that we are excited to welcome you into the TLU community next month. We hope you are getting excited about beginning your journey at TLU too. The summer has flown by so far, and while we've missed seeing you in person on campus, we have really enjoyed getting to connect with you through our virtual programs online. In my video today, I would like to share just a few reminders to assist you in a smooth check-in experience for August. The first thing I'd like to discuss is the enrollment checklist. So this checklist can be found on your student status page and contains details on the specific items you need to complete before check-in this fall. This page can be accessed at apply.tlu.edu/status. You will notice an enrollment checklist and a financial aid checklist on the student status page. The items on both checklists will need to be completed before you check in. When the admissions office receives an item on your enrollment checklist, the status of that item will change to received. Some items, for example, transcripts and meningitis shot records, may take a day or two to update as received after they are submitted to our office. Links will be included on your status page if the checklist item requires you to access a different website. Many of these items will be accessed through your my.tlu.edu account. As a TLU student, you will use MyTLU on a regular basis to check your student account, financial aid, grades, and course materials. Your login credentials to this account were emailed to you when you were accepted. You will also see on the checklist that we require official final transcripts from each school you attended. A final transcript includes grades for all semesters enrolled, including the most recent semester. High school transcripts must include the date of graduation. These transcripts must be sent directly from the institution in a sealed envelope or through an official electronic reporting system. Transfer students are required to send final transcripts from all colleges and universities attended. First-year students must submit their final high school transcript as well as final college transcripts where dual credit was earned. If you have earned credit through CLEP or AP examinations, you will need to send official scores to TLU. Another checklist requirement I'd like to mention is the meningitis shot record. So Texas state law requires that all students under the age of 22 who are entering a college or university in Texas must be immunized against bacterial meningitis. The vaccination must be administered between August 15th, 2015 and August 15th, 2020. And the record was required to be submitted to the Office of Admissions by July 1st. If you miss this deadline, you will still have a hold on your account. To remove this hold, you'll need to email that shot record as a PDF to applicant@tlu.edu. It is important that all these items are submitted on the enrollment checklist as soon as possible. Items that are not submitted will eventually become holds on your student account and will remain there until the item has been received. All holds must be cleared in order to check in for orientation and to begin attending class. If you need any assistance on your enrollment steps, your admissions representative will be happy to assist. On behalf of the admissions team, I want to say it has been a pleasure getting to know you and your families through the enrollment process. Some of you have been working with your admissions representative for not just months, but several years. I want you to know that when you start in the fall, you will continue to receive support at TLU. The Student Life and Learning team are excited to take over as your support system while you are a student at TLU. You will start receiving information from this team, and they will be giving you updates as you prepare for life as a TLU Bulldog. We hope you are staying well, and we can't wait to celebrate you beginning this new journey as a TLU student soon.
All right. I just want to reiterate what Elliot said in his video just now. We've really enjoyed working with families over the past year, sometimes more, sometimes less, but it is the best part of our job to get to know you and work with you. And we're excited for you to now transition to meeting our student life and learning team. And that transition officially begins on move-in day on August 1st. And our friends in student life and learning, believe me, they are just as enthusiastic and just as supportive as the admissions team. And that's why we're very proud to introduce as our colleagues. So let's start with Samira Lopez, our Director of First Year Campus Programs. And she's going to talk to you about the first year orientation. So Sam?
Thank you, Sarah. Again, guys, welcome to TLU. And on behalf of my office, I want to give you the biggest welcome from my home. I know this isn't how we wanted to meet, but at least you can see our faces and you know someone familiar, even if it is virtual. Our office does support a lot of our first year programs, especially teaming you up with a peer mentor, a student leader that's going to guide you your entire first year at TLU. We also provide support programs for our transfer students, our commuters, our veterans, our dependents, and especially our first generation students. So our office does a lot, and so we're here to support you, even if it's going to be virtual. I have 3 reminders to add on your checklist today as you start preparing for the fall semester, and while you're at home, you can totally do this virtually. My first reminder is going to be your summer homework. It's going to be your first year experience project that will be listed on your first year tab. But we have a quick video to kind of give you just the basics on it, and then I'll touch on the important things on the video. So let me introduce that to you first, and then we'll come back to me.
Welcome to Texas Lutheran University. Your journey will begin before you know it, and it all starts with a first year summer project. First, you'll need to purchase #TLU Bulldogs from the TLU bookstore and read it during summer break. A few weeks before the semester starts, think about your life experiences, your story as it might appear in #TLU Bulldogs. Choose what you would consider a defining moment, then tell this story and explain what you learned and how it made an impact on you. Resist using the half-baked anecdote you might spin out for a standardized test or a college entrance essay. Instead, choose a defining moment you can be truthful about, one that you are willing to share with others. Look for parallels between your defining moment and the educational stories in #TLU Bulldogs. And in your own essay, explore and explain how at least 1 or 2 of the stories in #TLU Bulldogs mirrors your own experiences. You'll share your reflection early in the semester in your freshman experience course. It's the first step in your journey to learn boldly and live to inspire. And we can't wait to welcome you on campus this fall to see where that journey leads.
One thing, and I see it on the chat, the book is back ordered. So thank you to everyone who ordered it in advance. They should be getting a new shipment next week. We spoke to our bookstore. So you can order that online starting next week. It's $5.99. They can ship it to you, or if you're near Seguin, they do have curb pickup. So those are your 2 options in picking up the book. We want you to get excited about your first year project. We want you to, it's a fast read, and it's a really good way of introducing you to our community here at TLU. Stories are written by professors and staff members in the book, and have fun with it. And then we are excited to hear your presentations when you start your freshman experience course. To my transfer students, if you are not taking FREX 134, which will read FREX 134, Exploring Arts and Sciences on your schedule, you do not have to complete this first year project. This is only for those taking FREX 134. My second thing is I want you to start getting familiar with my.tlu.edu. This is going to be the platform where you will have everything in front of you virtually. You will also have a tab. It's going to say first year student tab that will be available to you once you get a TLU schedule built for you. Here we'll lay out everything that we've talked about today as well. You'll have your first year student project prompt and the video. You'll get to meet the peer mentors. Each one of them has a tab on there. So we want you to start exploring that. And then my third thing for you is traditionally our orientation would happen after move-in that opening weekend, but in order to keep everyone safe, we have been working really, really hard to transition that experience and turn it into a virtual self-paced experience. So starting August 1st, you will have a second tab underneath your first year tab on My TLU that will read orientation, okay? On that tab, we are going to open up a lot of resources for you that you would learn that weekend, and it will be self-paced. So from August 1st all the way to August 22nd, take your time with it. Go through the offices that post their information, listen to the videos, check off your to-do list. So we will try to put as much information as possible on this tab. Of course, we would prefer to do the in-person orientation, but your safety comes first. And then on August 22nd and August 23rd, which would be our traditional opening weekend after move-in, we will actually be hosting virtual opening ceremonies for you. We will be hosting times for you to meet your peer mentor. We will be hosting times for you to meet with an advisor if you want to change your schedule or if you have any questions. And then you will have your first day of class that Sunday, August 23rd, via virtual. So your professors are ready. We're getting ready for you. This is new to us, so please be patient with us, but we're so excited to welcome you, and my office is ready for you. Last but not least, I will be working all summer. So if you need to email me or if you want to set up a Zoom meeting and you want to chat one-on-one, I'm here, I'm available for you, and we'll help you transition the entire way. So again, welcome, and let me know if you have questions. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. Our final live presentation today is from Kyle Witch. Again, Kyle is our Dean for Student Life and Learning, and he is over residence life, student activities, dining services, health, counseling services, and ADA services. And if there's anything else, Kyle?
There's probably a few.
All right.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for participating in today's virtual event. And there's just a couple things that I want to talk about. One being residence life that I'll do in just a moment. But between August 14th and August 18th, you will receive an email at your TLU email address from the everfi.net. That is the company that we have teamed up with to help us with alcohol and sexual assault awareness, videos and trainings that students across the country have to take because of Title IX. And so you'll get an email, so check your spam email that week just to make sure it didn't go there versus your TLU email. And the trainings will give you tips on how to navigate these conversations with your friends here on campus. And they'll also, it's about 3 hours. So whether you want to do them all at once, or if you want to do 15-minute segments, it will save as you do it, so you can log in and log out and not lose your place in the trainings. I would ask that you do all of the trainings by September 7th. That gives you a couple weeks to get those accomplished, because we know once you get to campus and you get into the classes and you get into the extracurricular events and athletics and drama and all that, your time is going to be more valuable to you than in the next couple of weeks. So if you could get those trainings done before September 7th. Okay, residence life and housing. First of all, thank you all for your patience as we had you complete a second application for housing. As a reminder, when you did that second application, we did take your original application date as a way to prioritize how we housed you on campus. With the reduction in beds on campus, not everyone got their first or second choice. We're sorry about that. We understand that. But you all have a room, those of you that are going to live on campus. We did add a couple buildings, Hahn and Knutson, and I realize that most, if not all of you, did not have an opportunity to take a tour of those buildings. But those buildings are set up a community-style bathroom, much like Centennial. So you would walk down the hall and use the restroom. One last reminder about your housing assignment, we did single occupancy. So each of you that's living on campus is living in a room by yourself. Now, those of you that live in the South Halls, which Clifton, Baldus, and Trinity, you have a suite mate that you'll share a bathroom with, but it's just the two of you sharing that bathroom. The last thing that I'd like to talk about is move-in. I'm sure some of you have already been out shopping, shopping online, getting your stuff ready to move on to campus next month. In the coming weeks, we will send out an email letting you know what that process looks like. When you will arrive, how you will arrive, where on campus you will arrive. Those of you that are on the early arrival list, you'll be coming in a little bit earlier, and your coaches or sponsors will let you know that, but a majority of the information will be coming from Residence Life. In terms of assignments, we are finalizing your housing assignments today and this weekend, and early next week you will get an email with directions on how to find that assignment through the portal. And then if you have any questions, there'll be an email for you to send your questions to, and we will get them answered. So thank you all for applying to Texas Lutheran. Thank you for wanting to be a Bulldog this fall, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you so much, Kyle. And I see some questions coming in, so that's great. Please go ahead, submit your questions, and I know Mandy is monitoring that. And thinking of questions for all of our panelists, I'd like to turn to Dr. Sarah Ferguson and have her talk about the fall learning options that were announced yesterday. So Dr. Ferguson.
Thanks. Like you, I'm very excited to be joining the TLU family. Looking forward to getting down and getting going. So as we did the work to figure out the fall schedule, we had three things in mind: maintaining the quality education that TLU is known for, student engagement, residential college, that's one of the primary things, and why you probably chose to come to TLU is the strong faculty student engagement, and then third year safety and faculty and staff safety as well. So with that, we came up with 4 different modalities of teaching. The first is your traditional face-to-face modality. With that, we have established CAPS. Glenn, who you met earlier, the registrar, went and measured all of the classrooms to ensure that we can keep students 6 feet apart with masks, watching the enrollment, CAPS, things like that to make sure your safety. The second type, and you can see now on the screen, would be the face-to-face split. Similar to that traditional face-to-face, except those classes we have more students than maybe we have those capacity for to maintain safety. So what we're doing with those larger classes is this face-to-face split. Half of the class will meet, if it's a Tuesday, Thursday class, half of the class will be in person on Tuesday, and the other half will be participating remotely. And then on Thursday, it will switch so that half the students will then be face-to-face and the other class remotely. And the faculty are prepared for that teaching. Then the other 2 options are online. And online education, which you probably know far more about than you did maybe a few months ago, can happen in one of 2 ways. Synchronous, which is probably the majority of our online courses this fall will be synchronous. That means that the class meets at the same time. It will follow the schedule that's on the course schedule that you can see on the registrar's page. So if it's again, a Tuesday, Thursday class that begins at 10, the online will meet on Tuesday, Thursday, and begin at 10. And that work will happen through Zoom, happen through Eraser, through My TLU, which is our learning management system, and the course will proceed that way. The final is online asynchronous. That means that you're learning, you may be watching a video, you may be engaging in conversations, working through that eraser, but it all doesn't happen at the same time. It's asynchronous, not at the same time. We have fewer of those classes. So those are the four modalities that you will see in a mix of your classes for this fall. And I'll hand it back to Sarah to see if there are any questions, but faculty are well prepared and excited to have you.
Great, thank you so much. I'm monitoring these questions and I see a couple that are really good questions for you, Kyle. So are you ready? It's kind of a two-parter. These are two different people asking, but I could see you answering this together. One, did the price for the rooms increase is the first one. And then the second, related to the rooms, will the extra furniture be removed or should they bring extra bedding?
Okay. In terms of price, we made a decision to just charge the double occupancy rate, even though there's just going to be one of you in the bedroom. So there's no extra charge for the room aspect of the room. In terms of furniture, we are not removing any furniture from the room. Most of the buildings will have two beds in them. They're extra long twin. So you certainly can, you're certainly welcome to purchase two sets of sheets and slide your beds together if you so choose, or if you just want to keep them separate, that's up to you. So I would leave it at that.
Okay, all right. Well, I have another question for you, Kyle. You're gonna be very popular today. Do we have to complete the modules on EverFi if they've already done it in high school?
Oh, great question. Yes, you get to do them again because it's a national mandate. And so we have to show that each student was given information on Title IX, sexual assault awareness, and alcohol training. So yes, you will get to do do them again.
Okay. I have another question here. This would be for Dr. Ferguson. How do we know which classes are online and which are face-to-face?
Yep, so when you go on the registrar's page, and I'm new enough that folks, it's tlu.edu/registrar, got that right? You'll be able to see, it'll say class schedule or fall schedule for 2020. When you click on that, you'll get a PDF that opens up. When you look down into that, there's a column that says code on the left-hand side, and it will either say SYN or AYN for asynchronous or synchronous, or it'll say F2F for face-to-face, or F2S for it's a face-to-face class, but it's going to be split. That's how you can tell.
Okay. I have another question. This one's for Kyle. One person's asking, since I moved in August 17th, I would still have to do the check-in on the 19th and 20th. So they're asking about early check-in.
Those of you that will be checking in early through athletics or other early arrivals, you will actually check in the day that you move in. And so more information will be sent out to you. So once you've checked in and once you've moved in, you will not need to, if it's early, you will not need to recheck in like the students that are coming in or the first weekend.
Okay, here's another. This is a really great question. For Kyle, will we keep the same room for both semesters with one roommate?
You will. So the room that you move into in August will be the same room that you will move back into in January. And then throughout the fall semester, there'll be information from Residence Life on what you can keep in the room over the Christmas break and then items that you should take home over Christmas break.
Okay. Here is a question for Dr. Ferguson because I know her academic work team talked about this quite a bit. The question is, will we be completing a full fall semester or will we stay home after Thanksgiving break?
Right now, the plan is that we would complete a full fall schedule so that you would be coming back after Thanksgiving to finish up your courses. We will be watching what's happening, and if we need to make the decision to move online at Thanksgiving, we would do that. But we won't shorten it. But right now, the plan is that we'd have you come back after Thanksgiving.
Thanks. This is a combination. Some of it is for Kyle and some for Sam. One of the questions, will the rec teams going on? Kyle, do you want to address that?
Sure. As of right now, yes, we are looking at intramurals and athletics moving forward with precautions in place. But as we've seen over the last 2 or 3 weeks here in Texas and across the country, it's a very fluid situation. And so I say yes today, but by the time school gets started, we may have different options and different plans. So, but for right now, we are a go.
Thank you. Orientation question for you, Sam. The question is, if orientation is online, will parents have any involvement after move-in?
Yeah, and the good thing is we've had parent involvement gone virtual years ago. So parents, you do have the option to get a parent portal where we post all of our publication pieces, our parent and family calendar and handbook that's both in English and Spanish. Every single month, my office produces a parent newsletter that, fun fact, is the most read newsletter on our campus. So thank you, parents. And we do keep it in communication with y'all. We will welcome y'all to our opening and matriculation ceremony that Saturday, August the 23rd, 2nd, August 22nd, that Saturday. And so we expect y'all to be there, even though it's virtual. Also, another note, Alumni and Family Weekend, it's a big weekend that parents come traditionally. We have decided to cancel that weekend, but my office will plan something fun and virtual for all of our families to stay connected. We might play bingo or I don't know, we'll send something fun and that to keep y'all engaged. So yes, parents have been, we've gone virtual with parents years ago, so yes.
All right. We have an advising question here. This is, if I already have a class schedule, do I need to advising again? Who wants to take the advising? Dean Kuros, do you want to? Okay.
Yeah, I can answer that one. If you already have your schedule and you don't have any questions about it, you don't need to seek advising again. If there's something on your schedule that you have some questions about, or you want to confirm or get more information, then you can certainly inquire at advising at TLU.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to switch to laundry. So Carl, I'm going to have you talk about a question about what are the laundry arrangements. And I know the best part of laundry at TLU is that it's free. So go for it.
It is free. And it is in every building. Most locations have a texting feature. So once you put your laundry in the washer or the dryer, it will text you when it's done. So you don't have to stand there and wait for 45 minutes or an hour, however long it takes for it to wash and dry. But yes, they are all located in the areas. Some are in the hallways, rooms off the hallways. Some are in the basement area of the building. It just depends on which building you're in.
All right. We have a housing question. Kyle, how can I edit or resubmit my housing application so that I can add a suite mate request?
The easiest option for you would be to email Residence Life at reslife@tlu.edu and just give us your name and who you would like as your suite mate.
Okay. Dining question, Kyle. So we're on a roll here. Will the dining hall be open or will it just be pickup, and will face masks be required?
Okay. So yes, our dining hall will be open and it will be open for sit down. It will be open for takeout as well as we are working on Sodexo is working on an app where you can type in what you want and pick it up. So we will have multiple options for you once you arrive on campus. In terms of mask, is that the last question?
Yes.
Masks will be required on campus. There are a couple exceptions. If you're in the resident hall room, in your room, and no one else is in the room, you don't have to have your mask on. If you're eating in the dining hall, it's kind of hard to eat and have a mask on, so you can have your mask off. But when you're in the classroom, when you're in the fitness center, anywhere else on campus, we ask that you have a mask on.
All right. Sam, there's a question about move-in day, and are parents allowed to help the student move in on move-in day?
I'm actually going to direct that to Kyle.
Oh.
Yes, so that will be some of the communication coming out from Residence Life in the coming weeks, but we do anticipate many students bringing their parents or maybe a brother, sister to help them move in. We are working on final guidance as to what that looks like, so be looking for that in the next couple of weeks as to what our move-in process will be and how it will be administered.
There's a question that I'm happy to answer this one since I work so closely with financial aid. It is, will any of the CARES Act funds be extended to incoming freshmen? Unfortunately, no. We've asked this question, but the government has instructed that those funds can only be directed to students that were enrolled at TLU in the fall and the spring. So unless you were enrolled in the spring, students aren't eligible for those funds. And there is a page on our website just for CARES Act with more information. And if you want more information on financial aid, absolutely reach out to Erica Miller, Student Financial Services at TLU.edu. And she is great at helping everyone with questions. Dean Kuros, I think this is a question for you. When and where do we need to wear masks if we have to wear them?
Yes, we are asking all faculty, staff, and students to have face coverings, including all indoor and outdoor spaces on campus. The exceptions would be like if you're an employee, if you're in the office by yourself. For students, if you're in your residential room and you don't have guests present while you're eating or drinking. But of course, when you are eating and drinking, because you're not having masks on, we're asking people to make sure and be physically distanced at that time. And in residential hall bathrooms for community bath, to have masks on whenever possible. And if it's not possible, to try and be distanced.
Okay. This is a question for Dr. Ferguson. Actually, there's two and they're related. The first one is, can we choose to have one of our classes online? And the second part to that, so overall, will there be more online classes than in-person classes?
I'll take the second one first. Right now, we're at about 35% for our online courses. The majority of courses right now are face-to-face with about 35% online. In regards to choosing an online, you certainly can if it fits within your schedule and there's one that's available. So if maybe your schedule's already set, but you're thinking, I might want that, then certainly maybe do the advising conversation and see if there's a course that you need that fits your schedule that might be online, if that's something that you would like.
Okay, and this is also for a question for you, Dr. Ferguson. How will music work with masks?
Yes, how will music work with masks? Music, the music department is doing a lot of work right now to figure some of this out because of course singing, wind instruments, it's a challenge. So I think they were getting some research back today. I think there was a collection of universities who were doing some research on this, on singing. and next week they're supposed to be learning something about winds. So they're taking some slightly different approaches. We're looking at potentially plexiglass, the masks, the shields as opposed to a mask. Are we doing the singing lessons online? We're really trying to think outside the box and use research that's coming up from other places to try and figure out how do we do music and keep everybody safe.
Question about the fitness center. I think Kyle, is that you? Okay. Will the fitness facilities be opened alongside the beginning of the school year?
So that is one of the things that they are working on to distance in terms of some of the equipment that's in there. But yes, the fitness center is scheduled to be open once the university opens. And so you're welcome to utilize that as part of your time as a Bulldog here on campus.
Another question for you, Kyle. What appliances are allowed in the room? Can you bring an air fryer?
No.
No.
You can bring a microwave. You can bring a small refrigerator. And those are two of the most common appliances are brought in. The housing department will be sending out some more information on that as well. Kind of, we're updating our what to bring list because we are in the middle of a world pandemic. So we're adding a few things and taking a few things off as we finish that list, and we will be getting that out on our portal page as well as sending it out to the students.
Okay, there's a question about check-in. How do I check in for the fall semester, or how do I check if I've already checked in? And can we start ordering our books?
First year students will be allowed to check in on mytlu.edu starting August 19th. So it's going to prompt you when you log on, and it's self-explanatory. Check into the university. So just on the 19th, just log on and make sure that you check in. So you have the 19th and the 20th before you move on campus. That will be a hold. So if you don't check in within those 2 days, you won't be able to move in. And then what was the second question?
Ordering class books.
Mm-hmm. If you already have a schedule, you can already order your class books. The cool thing about the bookstore link on mytlu.edu, you can actually put in the actual course, and it helps you kind of find out what books you need for your classes. So it's user-friendly. Explore the website, and you can get those curbside or you can get them shipped to you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 4:02. And our time is almost up, but we have some really questions that have been submitted. So I would like to invite people to stay if they can, so we can get to some more of these questions. But we understand if you need to drop off now, we totally understand that. So we are recording this session and we'll be able to post it online. So if you need to leave, we understand you can go back and watch. And we'll also be working on some FAQs. But I know our panelists have agreed to stay with us a little bit longer so we can get through these questions. This one, I'm not really sure if it would be Dean Kuros or Dr. Ferguson. It's about employment, student employment. Will there still be campus jobs available?
I can answer that. Yes, there will be. And the financial aid office is the office to check into to find out what jobs are available, where the descriptions are posted, and how you apply for them.
Great. This is also for you, Dean Kuros. Will teachers, professors be wearing a mask while teaching?
They will be wearing face covering as well, yes.
Okay. Let's see, I think this is for Kyle. Will we be able to have off-campus visitors in our rooms? Say a sibling wants to come by and visit. Do we need to have a card or something that allows us to have access to different buildings and food?
Okay. So your ID card, for those of you living on campus, your ID card is what gets you into your resident hall. That's what you use to get into the dining hall. It's what you use for the library. And it's it's the card that you need to have on you at all times. In terms of visitors, the university is still putting together all of the 5 work groups that have come up with recommendations. And so that will be coming out in the next couple weeks. And visitors are addressed in that, but I don't know what the exact language is going to be or what the exact recommendations are going to be. So I would wait for a couple weeks, and that will be in that document. They're talking about visitors, and then we will go from there. If you have further questions, once you see that document, email Residence Life, and then we can walk you through that.
Okay. We have a question about the paw print module. That be you, Sam, for paw print module?
Yeah, so at orientation as well, that opening weekend, you're actually going to be able to attend your first paw print module. So you're going to have 4 times that you attend this reflective module. We will explain to you what section you belong to at the self-paced orientation. It could be a little confusing, but we'll make sure to help you understand. And that Sunday when you take paw print, we're going to divide you into your section, so you'll know who you'll be attending paw print with. So we got you, don't worry.
Okay, yeah, and the question is, question about paw print on the student schedule. It tells us to go to Student Life My TLU page to select a time. How do we choose a section?
Oh, that's a good question. I will find out for you.
Okay, we're gonna save all of these questions in the chat. We can copy and save them. And then if we did to something, we will respond and post them. So I figure there may be some that we need to get to offline. Okay, this is about athletics. Has there been any guidelines set for student athletes returning? Is there a dress code class or athletics? Kyle, since you've been working with the athletics group, do you?
So in working with the coaches, the NCAA has set up guidelines in terms of phases 1, 2, 3 that all D1, 2, and 3 universities and colleges are following. And so the athletic department is working on those with the athletic trainers and the individual coaches. So that'll all be disseminated through the coaching staffs. You'll be seeing that in the next couple weeks as well of what you need to do once you come to campus, how you will check in, and all of that related to each team.
Okay, I think I can see our admissions folks are doing a great job answering, and then we have some faculty jumping in, answering questions. This is really good. One was, is there a laptop brand recommendation? I know our IT department does support Macs because I have a Mac. Does anyone want to talk about Dean Kuros? Do you want to address that question? What you tell students?
I think what I hear IT telling students is that they don't make a specific recommendation as to what's best or not, and whatever you bring, they will work to support whatever software and so forth that you might need while you're here.
Yeah, and they are located in the library, so they're pretty easy to find the help desk, and they're very nice about helping students with all their technology. So, okay, I think there is one final question. Is there a COVID protocol in place if a student tests positive? So this is for Dean Kuros.
Yes, there is a protocol in place. If the student is a student that is commuting to campus, then we would ask for them to isolate and do what they need to do to recover at their permanent home address. If the student is a residential student, our first choice is again to ask for them to recover at home with their families at their permanent address. However, if that's not possible or it's not feasible, then we will have isolation housing available here on campus that the student will be able to move into until they are recovered.
All right. I'm just checking because I don't want to miss any questions. I know there's a question about scholarships, so we'll need to have financial aid address that, and we'll do that offline. But I else we've covered. So I think this has been great. This has been a really good conversation with everybody. Really, really good questions. I love the interest and how excited everyone is. Your faces, you can kind of feel it through the chat. People are ready to start college, and we are ready for you. We want you to be safe, be well, take care of yourselves, take care of your friends and family, and because we want to see you in a few weeks. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can email ResLife, you can email advising@TLU, you can email admissions. All of our information is on the website, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you don't know who to go to your and email your admissions rep, and he or she will tell you who you need to be in touch with. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon.